This is subscription drop 5 of thinkingParticles. In this feature video, we will talk about the HydroField enhancements we have added to subscription drop 5. In this scene, we will see a fluid simulation interacting with a HydroField simulation. The drop we have up here is a standard flow fluid simulation, and it's interacting with our HydroField. We have added several new parameters to enable and enhance this kind of effect. All you see here is in real-time recorded. It's real-time playback in 3D Studio Max. So the simulation is done while we drag the slider or while we play back the animation. So it's pretty powerful and you can adjust your settings really nice and interactive in thinkingParticles drop 5. Let's have a look at the setup of the scene. So there's nothing really fancy or special in here. We create the particles, the flow particles that are in our flow simulation. And we also have the gravity and the dynamic set that takes care about the simulation. We have a flow group, nothing special here, standard flow group setup, and the HydroField. We have in subscription drop 5 added new features that help you in creating this kind of effects when interacting with particles and the HydroField. So what we have added is the impact to field section, and especially we will discuss the impulse grid and the mass factor. The impulse grid averages out the impact forces through the collision cells in the HydroField. So right now I reduced it, so we will get a more localized, very spiky behavior. So all the forces are more localized and are only averaged now to 5 cells around the impact point. And now I'm going to go to the opposite and increase it to 20 cells. Now the impact force is divided or averaged out on 20 cells. As you can see, our impact radius is now much larger, but it is less violent because we average out the forces. So this gives you a little bit of artistic control, how you want to have the effect appear and how much area you want to spread the forces. Now another important one is the mass factor. I'm overdoing it right now, so don't be shocked. So I'm overdoing it, so we will see the change we have now. I've increased the mass factor a lot. That means all the forces, all the impulses are much higher now. As you can see, it shoots up into the sky and we have much more impact forces here. And as soon as the drops come back from space, you will see that even these little drops still have a huge impact on the surface. So that's like if you would look with a microscope onto your surface and see drops falling into the fluid. The great thing here is everything can be adjusted and you can just play it back and simulate it right away. That's a great thing in subscription drop 5. Here we have another example, a new enhancement we added to the HydroField. In this scene, we also have a very simple and easy setup. Let me just bring that up. And as we see here, it's a HydroField and nothing special. We don't have any fluid or flow simulation going on. We just have our new flow emitter. That's all. So we create standard particles and have standard particles interact with the HydroField. So no fluid simulation going on here. But have a look what we can do now with subscription drop 5. We have added a filling option. That means we have the nice interaction with our particles here, and every particle that enters the HydroField will be added to the water level. So now we can fill up the bucket just by pouring particles into our HydroField. And again, this is a real-time simulation, so you just play back and you see it working. So what we see here, the particles disappear in the HydroField and the water level rises naturally. Now imagine you wanted to do a simulation of a filling of a pool or so. With standard tools, it's impossible. Any other application would just fail. Now you can do that. You can fill your pool and have nice waves on the surface. All will be working just nice. Now to our last scene that also shows again a fluid flow interaction with HydroField. So we have this pool down here and this waterfall coming down. And as you can see here, we have nice interaction, and as our surface gets disturbed, we get more and more splashes. We added also foam to it, and we create splashes from the surface itself. So the splashes are fed back to the flow simulation, so we get this nice interaction. And once more, let me adjust a little thing, because it's really fun with subscription drop 5. You can do so much in real time and adjust the parameters with fluid simulation. Let me adjust the mass value again, the mass factor, which just practically means we get more impulse, more punch into the HydroField. And now we have a much more overdone effect on our HydroField. So what we create now is more like a waterfall falling down from 50 feet, 100 feet, splashing into a pool and creating a lot of splashes and foam and interaction with the surfaces. And this is the changes and enhancements we have made to the HydroField in interaction with particles, standard particles, as well as when you have a flow simulation, a fluid simulation. The interaction is now much better, more control, and you get all the benefit of the HydroField with the fast real-time interaction. Thanks for checking out this video. Check out our other feature videos as well.